I clicked board rather than cockpit. Yeah, whatever. I think it's down? Yes. This floor. Not through there, through here.
Well, hello, sunshine.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
Okay. Sysdef, where you guys at? Over here in RNA. You see vigilance. I said vengeance before. It's vigilance. Those are not the same words.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
Hail acknowledged. You're clear to dock at docking port 1. The commander will be waiting for you in operations.
Okay.
Docking cycle complete.
Excuse me.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume?
Of course. I was able to successfully steal the Galbank credentials. News travels fast around here. Some of the Sirens of the Stars passengers should be arrested. Now, we'll just... Yep. Got the Galbank credentials.
Yes. And I heard there were no casualties. Excellent work.
Of course not.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. We've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Toft?
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world.
Delgado will figure it out. I feel like they've hit a dead end. How did you know all that?
The Bannock system was the site of a significant battle during the Narian War. I had to do a research paper on the subject at the Academy.
Delgado will figure it out.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic.
He's kept ahead of Sysdef? Harsh. I don't admire him, but you have to admit he's been clever. I was simply warning you about his resourcefulness. Yeah, I don't admire him, but he's been clever.
I think his gospel's gone straight to your head. Maybe we made a mistake choosing you for this assignment.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's transponder signal.
They think something called the comm spike will solve that problem. Can't you just fly someone out there and trace it yourself? Are you concerned that I'm helping them get closer to Crix's legacy?
Of course I am. We don't really have a choice in the matter. There are no shortcuts. The route you're taking to secure Crix's legacy for the Crimson Fleet is the only one at our disposal. If you suddenly change your behavior, they'll know something's wrong. I realize it's difficult, but I urge you to stay the course for now. In the meantime, we'll formulate a plan to ensure the Crimson Fleet doesn't get their hands on that money.
Can't you just fly someone out there and trace it yourselves?
I'm not certain. Galbank uses their own proprietary transponder system. Even a ship as old as the Legacy would be a challenge to trace. And even if we could find the ship, we don't have anything strong enough to resist those levels of EM radiation. Unfortunately, we're hampered by the same obstacles as the Crimson Fleet.
They think something called the comm spike will solve the problem.
They have information about the comm spike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the comm spike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4.
I'll report back with any evidence that I recover. Aren't you going to warn the UC Navy about my attempt to grab the comm spike? Are you any closer to convincing the Council to attack the Crimson Fleet?
My superiors are stubborn. They aren't going to authorize an attack on the key based on my flights of fancy, I've been told. I need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will result in them actually getting their hands on this fabled cache of credits.
And are you going to warn the UC Navy?
I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of information flowing from somewhere within the UC military. Any attempt to move the comm spike would be a waste of time. We need to play this close to the vest.
Okay, then I will report back with any evidence that I recover.
Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
Do I have any evidence to give you at this point?
This mission, it's good to have you back. What can I do for you?
You know where the comm spike is being developed?
That information is classified, so even what I do know, I can't divulge. Now, I realize as part of this mission, you'll probably end up finding out anyway, but that's besides the point. For the sake of your cover, it's best you work with whatever information the fleet gives you.
Okay. What can you tell me about the comm spike?
I know as much as you do. I wasn't briefed on this particular device. But if the fleet wants to trace the Legacy's transponder signal, they'll need something beyond the decryption tech we have currently. If such a device exists, it's likely being developed by the UC.
Will I have access to any SysDef resources while I'm undercover?
We'll provide you with information, but any inventory or ship services, it's best you get from the fleet. It'll help you maintain your cover and also give you an idea of how the fleet's operation works.
What other information can you give me on the fleet?
They're pirates in every sense of the word, but they've managed to get more organized under their current leadership. That makes them especially dangerous, but hopefully it makes them a little more predictable too.
I have evidence for you, maybe.
Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got.
Got this piece of information on a certain Galbank employee who was aboard the Siren of Stars.
Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. Ah, it's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Have any more?
That is all I have for now.
Okay, fine, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it.
Yep. You really don't like talking about the past, do you?
You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past?
Hey, you're the one that implied you had something to tell me. Felt a professional courtesy. I like to know who I'm working with. Since I'm entrusting SysDef with my life, I deserve to know who's got my back. Why do you care so much that I'm asking?
Because the things you're asking are private, and we're supposed to be maintaining a professional rapport, not making friends.
Call it professional courtesy. I like to know who I'm working with.
I suppose that's fair, though I'm not sure you're gonna like what you find out. Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite.
Quite the opposite. It explains quite a lot. You're not a hypocrite, but you have a lot to explain to do. Shocked is a good way to put it, yes. Why does that make you a hypocrite?
Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities.
Explains a lot.
Oh, does it now? Was I giving off some kind of
Harsh.
ex-con sort of vibe? Well, give me a chance to explain. I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. A year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house.
You did what you had to do. I'm waiting for the bad news. From criminal to a cop. Go figure. So you lived on the streets?
Hell no. I made enough money to buy my own apartment. Filled it with some decent stuff, too. I'd even send pictures of the place to my folks to rub it in. was a real asshole. Well, I wasn't a nice person.
From criminal to cop, go figure.
Would make a hell of a motion picture. I was having the time of my life, earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
And yet, look at you now. I bet UC SysDef eventually recruited you for an undercover sting operation. Sounds like a painful memory. Maybe we should stop. Yeah, were you recruited for an undercover sting operation?
Very funny. And not even relatively close. Let's just say the years after my time in the well were filled with highs and lows. Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past. To know where my anger towards the fleet comes from.
Thanks for sharing it with me. You don't have to justify your anger. Being a criminal in New Atlantis is a long way from running with the fleet. You just gonna leave it at that?
Yeah. I think I've told you more than enough. Besides, my job here is to keep an eye on you, not the other way around.
Alright. Being a criminal in New Atlantis is a long way from running with the fleet.
Longer than you can possibly imagine. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering.
Alright.
I'll be here if you have any more questions.
So there's a leak in
Heard you made
the
off with
UC
something called
Navy.
the Earth Savior Award. Damn pirates will have you steal anything that isn't bolted down.
True facts. So the question is the game going to have someone we know be the inside informant, which would mean it's either Keyboy or Jillian Toft here, or are they going to introduce someone later on that is the informant that's leaking information?
Keep this up, and this operation might finally get the folks in mass to shift resources.
And that I don't know. Could go either way. Currently, I'm leaning towards Jillian Toft being the culprit who's leaking information to the pirates, but we shall see. Undock. And then I suppose I report back to the pirates? Yes, meet Neve and Jasmine on the quay. So now that I've given them time to consider how we get the spike, whatever it was called, comm spike, hopefully they'll have their answer.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
The key acknowledging fleet vessel. Welcome home.
And we're locked in.
I think I gained a level or two, so I should probably look into my perks. Trying to just spend them as they occur to me. Yeah, I've got 3 perk points to spend. Rifles, I think I've already... Oh, now I've maxed out. So that's a mastered skill, and ballistics I think is also mastered. Is there anything I particularly care about? EM weapons I don't use. Single shot weapon. Rapid reloading. I don't think that matters. I reload fast enough. Targeting. While careful aiming is generally preferred in combat, shooting from the hip can provide a fast and deadly alternative. I aim every time. Armor penetration. By identifying gaps and weak points in body armor, an attacker can often gain tactical advantage. What do you do for me? Cutting through armor. Crippling, specifically targeting the pressure points and nerves of various limbs. Human enemies have a 30% chance to enter a down state upon taking enough damage. Sharpshooting. Increased headshot critical damage to enemy legs. I think my combat is probably good enough at the moment. What about like boost pack training? Still need to boost in combat more. I don't actually do that very often. Could try upgrading my ship. Because if I got my piloting up, then I could get Class C ship parts. Which would be nice. Even though my ship is awesome, it would be cool to be able to get better guns and have more power. So why not? Complete the previous rank challenge. Destroy 15 ships. Okay. We'll get through that soon enough, I'm sure. Target locking, energy weapons. More cargo. More shield. Allows the installation of improved ship modules, superior modules, cutting edge ship modules. So this could get me better equipment as well for my ship. Ship repairs faster. Increase top speed. Ooh, making my energy weapons, which I'm assuming is, we're talking about lasers. They use less energy than then, that means I can fire them more before they need to recharge, which is a problem I run into. So why not? We'll just have this whole leveling up be focused on my ship, apparently.
You see, Sis Def is a joke. They haven't caught us yet.
You are correct.
Bulk grog is fine. Like cheap one shot.
All right. What do you guys got now?
All right,
Whoa.
James, what do you got? According to the latest, the comm spike is being developed at UC Star Station SY920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jim's. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight.
Okay.
If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
She would be wise to do the same.
Haha. Sounds like she'll be useful. Should I expect any trouble? Premium smuggling routes.
Definitely. We're talking cargo depots, star yards, research stations, and, like in SY920's case, military outposts. I've never seen someone new to the game have so many contacts. It's the reason we let her join up in the first place. I don't know how she accomplished that. We've been trying to crack some of those places for years.
Should I expect any trouble?
You're in the fleet. You should always expect trouble. As far as Juan goes, even though she's one of our newer contacts, you shouldn't have any problems dealing with her.
Okay, sounds like she'll be useful.
I sure hope so. She might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it.
I'll bring it back in one piece. Any clue what the device looks like? If it's in the prototype phase, how do we know that it's going to work?
We paid good money for the information, so I'm sure it works. And if it doesn't, a certain source at Mast is going to have to deal with a very pissed off Neva. And that would be the end of that. You just bring the tech here, I'll do the rest.
Oh, and one more thing. SY-920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it.
Hopefully not. How will Juan get me inside the station?
She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Juan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan.
Okay. So you don't care if I shoot my way through the place?
Are you kidding? The UC's already painted giant red crosshairs on our backs. Keyway and his pals at SysDef won't rest until we're dead. It's not like you can make them any angrier at us, right? Shoot the place full of holes if you want. Just bring back that comm spike.
I'm gonna try and do it without violence because this def would probably be upset if I killed all their guards. Understood.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Okay, you'll make sure. More like, get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay.
What can you tell me about Juan?
The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants.
Juan asks why we need the comm spike. What do I tell her?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better.
Okay.
Stay sharp, Rook.
Yeah, storming a military base should be interesting. Try and get prototype gear. Undock. And we go back to New Atlantis, where I just was. Come on. Alpha Centauri. Jemison. All right, Juan. See, it tells me to go here to residential, which is what I selected, but then it immediately puts me to the mass transit and tells me, no, actually go to the spaceport. And I'm like, then why didn't you tell me to go to the spaceport? So I could have avoided another loading screen. Alright, where are we going now? The well. Alright. We're going to the well, which is connected basically everywhere, so we could have gotten there from anywhere. Whoa, you are clipping through my face. Over here. Hi there, Juan.
I take it your neighbor's new recruit?
You must be the smuggler. I may be new, but I've got plans. I have a name, you know, Orion. Don't you mean the new Brook?
Ah, you must not be used to pirates being so cordial. But in the heart of New Atlantis, we have to do our best to keep up appearances. I can't afford to be as rough as some of our cohorts. It's bad for business.
Okay. And you must be the smuggler.
Careful, walls have ears. SY920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions.
Okay. Let's hear them. Great, more rules to follow. I too have conditions. My assistant will provide you with a list. Now, let's hear them.
Good. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
Andrea, do not mistake us for amateurs. We will get the job done without sacrificing your route. Got it. I was counting on the extra gun. You'll just bail if something happens. How loyal are you to the fleet?
Look, I know I don't have a lot of history with the fleet, but I'm putting my reputation and ship on the line for these. That alone should tell you enough.
That's fair. So you'll just bail if something happens?
It's not personal. If you're caught, that entire installation will be on you. There's nothing I can do for you at that point, except send flowers to your next of kin.
Haha. Alright. Do not mistake us for amateurs. We will get the job done without sacrificing your route.
Do not mistake us for amateurs. We will get the job done without sacrificing your route.
I appreciate the confidence. I just want to remind you, this job calls for more discretion than your usual swashbuckling adventures. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY920, you can't come and go as you please.
Okay. How much do you know about the job? How often do you dock at this station? I'd like to know who I'm working with. Can you tell me about yourself?
I'd like to, but I need to keep a low profile. In my experience, the more people know about you, the more they have over you.
Okay. You've got somebody... You've got to have somebody you can trust. It will help with the mission to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. You're right. I want to know you so I can use this information against you. You gotta have somebody you can trust.
Famous last words. But you do this job right, and who knows what the future holds. Anyways, I appreciate the small talk. Delgado's crew aren't usually so chatty. But let's keep our focus on the mission. We can swap bar stories and share scars when we've got enough creds to buy the bar and fix the scars.
How often do you dock at the station?
Enough to be on a first-name basis with the Marines working the comms. It also helps they want us to dock. The cargo ship means supplies, special requests, slates from home. In the void of space, the cargo hauler is a soldier's best friend.
Okay. How much do you know about the job?
Only what I've been told. Get you on the SY920, get you out if I can. That being said, I can be a better guide if I know what it is we're after. So, it's up to you.
I don't want to tell her it's about Crix's legacy. That I think we need to hold off, but letting her know the comm spike is probably fine. Delgado wants the comm spike, a signal decryption device.
Interesting. When we get to the station, I'll see if I can pull any information on its whereabouts.
Thank you.
Hopefully that'll make for a smoother trip.
What else do you know about the comm spike?
Less than you. And even if I did, I'm a smuggler, not a scientist.
Fair.
But if Delgado's after it, then I have a feeling there's a pile of credits waiting at the end of this job. So we better do it right.
Alright.
We'll talk more on the ship.
So now we go to her ship. I assume we're still just going to the spaceport. Spaceport. Did not mean to walk on the tree. Got quite a bit of boost out of that. I guess this is her ship. Also Stroud Eklund's ship, like mine. Fancy. I want one. It's in no way different or better than my ship, but... I mean, it's different than my ship. It might not be better. But I still want it.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
That is how the saying goes. You have a lot of airlocks to go through. No, this actually isn't going anywhere. Why is your ship laid out weird?
Howdy.
Hey, random Jade Swan crew. And I thought this was the cockpit because it faces out front. But no. It's just a window.
Yes, what?
Yes?
Where is your cockpit? I guess there's... Yeah, it's above me, apparently. I was like, there should be actually a marker pointing me where I'm supposed to go. So where is a ladder going up? Out of my way, Andrea. I'm getting super lost. There's a ladder going down. There's another ladder going down. Ah, I'm getting turned around. Nope, that's another storage room. No, seriously. Out of my way. How does one get up? Why is your ship a maze? Who designs their ship this way? There's a ladder going up. Alright, change my mind. I don't want your ship. Your ship is terrible. There we are.
Hello.
Pilot, you have no name. Hi, Juan.
Right. A few things to note.
Okay.
When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
Can do. Shouldn't be a problem. I'll be silent as a crate of tissues. Fair warning, I get anxious when I don't get to talk. Shouldn't be a problem.
Of course. I don't expect it to be.
The less talking all of us have to do, the better.
You'll get no argument from me. It'll be hard enough explaining why I have 2 new crew members. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
Hey, BM215. Welcome. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Then get comfortable.
Hello.
We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff. Routing power to engine and grab drive. All systems go.
Well, that's cool that we get an inside view of a ship on takeoff. Oh, and there we go. That's as much as they wanted to show.
Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Oh.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that. I'm the pilot of the Jade Swan. She's a good bird. Never gets cranky.
All right. Anything more you want to say? Oh.
Not all of it legitimate. You're the first person I saw.
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
tried talking to her at the same moment we were jumping, and things got a little screwy there for a moment. Are they not going to identify themselves? Are we just flying directly at the station without talking? Okay. I guess we don't see the need to identify ourselves. That's a choice. Hey, Juan.
See you.
My quest is to talk to you.
Less than you. And even if I... But if they'll go. So we better do it right. See you.
Okay. I think something broke. Speak to Juan, but Juan doesn't have anything to say. So maybe I'll just try leaving? Oh dear. I'm never gonna find my way out of here with the marker pointing me towards Juan. Are you really sure, Juan, that you don't want to talk to me about whatever it is you're supposed to talk to me about? What about you, pilot?
I was a UC pilot before getting discharged. They say dishonorably, but that's debatable.
Helping you dock at the station.
To be on the first. It also helps they want us to dock. In the void of space. See you.
Alright, something's broken. So we auto-saved a couple of minutes ago. So let's try loading up the autosave. It's a Bethesda game. There's supposed to be a few bugs.
I've taken a lot of cargo to that station. Not all of it legitimate. You're the first person I've smuggled, though.
Alright, we didn't get this conversation before, so hopefully that means things are working better. Worst case, we'll go back to the autosave that was before this one that was like 5 minutes earlier. And hopefully that'll fix it. Alright, speak to Juan. No. Come on.
See you. See you.
Alright. So the 1 o'clock autosave. Yes? Yeah. I don't think this is too far back. It should be just 5 minutes back. And this time I won't randomly try talking to her as we're in the middle of transitioning locations. Because it seems to have not liked that. Alright. Oh, this is when we first boarded her ship and then got lost. Looking around. Got it. So now I still wander and try and find my way through the maze. Nope, not back here.
Hey.
Where's the way up?
Always looking for the next mark.
Hello.
Why is your ship a maze? Ah, was in this room, I think. Somewhere.
Okay.
Here we go. Nice, that didn't take nearly as long to find my way back. There we are. We'll toss down a quick save.
Alright, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
Of course. Shouldn't be a problem.
Of course, I don't expect it to be.
The less talking all of us have to do, the better.
You'll get no argument from me. It'll be hard enough explaining why I have 2 new crew members. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
Alright, I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
Alright, I'm just gonna stand here and do nothing. Let the game play out as the game wants to play out. And with luck, whatever bug happened last time won't happen this time.
Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure.
Perfect.
Take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
I don't know what I'll do if it still fails. Do I just give up on the quest line then?
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Juan Daiye.
Ah, good.
Class ship ID UC-7938. Requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock at docking bay 2.
There we go.
We're clear. We'll talk more once we're docked.
Yeah, so we missed that last time. So hopefully that means it's going better. Because it would have been sad if I had just somehow broken this quest line and couldn't finish it. Alright, speak to Juan.
Okay, we're in. First things
There we
first.
are.
The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone.
Don't worry, they won't suspect a thing. Hope you've got that grav drive ready then. Tell me again about these security checkpoints. What's this about the vents? What if I get stuck? Is there any way to reach you?
Provided you haven't sounded the alarm, then yeah, like I said. If you can find an intercom, I'll keep a channel open.
Okay, what's this about vents?
This is a star station, so there are plenty of ventilation ducts you can slither into. As far as tactics go, it's an oldie, but goodie.
Tell me again about these security checkpoints.
Only military personnel are allowed out of the cargo area. That's why we need to get you to the barracks to find you a uniform.
Okay. Don't worry, they won't suspect a thing.
I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Hey.
Hi?
Captain Daiye can fly the ship herself. Way better than I can.
That doesn't say good things for you as the pilot. Alright, so theoretically we're trying to sneak through Lost again. We're gonna try and get to vents and sneak through them. We'll see how it goes. Here we are. Toss down a quick save.